In all the years that I've been doing this now, I used to feel very uncomfortable about asking the question because you know how you ask someone who you believe might be suicidal? You know how you ask them, Stephen?
No idea.
You will ask them clearly and directly, are you thinking about suicide? Are you thinking about killing yourself? And it's the most confronting question you'll ask anyone. I feel very comfortable asking that now. At first I found it difficult, but I don't anymore. But why do we have to ask them that way? Because we have to triage them. We need to know, do we need to call the ambulance now or do they just need a little bit of support? But you know what? You know how you can't ask them? You can't say, you're not thinking about doing something stupid, are you? That's not clear and direct. And you're giving them an out.
Oh, okay.
Not clear and direct and you're giving them an out, right? So you need to ask them clearly and directly, are you thinking about suicide? Are you thinking about killing yourself? And of course, you know, we've got these called workers in the industry from a non-English speaking background. If you say something like, you're not thinking about taking your life, are you? They may think, where am I taking my life to? You know what I mean? So you've got to be clear and direct.
Okay.
And say, are you thinking about suicide? Are you thinking about killing yourself? And once you do that, do you think they're going to say to you, get stuff, mind your own business? Or do you think that the answer might be, no, but thank you for asking, or yes, I am. I tell you, you crap your pants and they go, yes. Okay, well, I need to move into the next phase.
Well, hold on. How often does this happen?
From
your experience?
Unfortunately, it happens more often than you think.
Really?
It does. It does, unfortunately. You know, more, I think in my experience, there's probably about, it's only my experience. I don't know if there's, we may well have some research around this, right? But we may not either. But in my experience, I reckon about 1 in 4 will say, yes, I am.
Hold on, really?
Yes.
That high?
Yes.
So you go to, you know, do
my
one of the
experience,
cinemas. Not cinemas.
Now, it may not be, but you know what? We actually need to go there and we need to ask them because those life-saving interventions, they're priceless.
That is crazy, but.
And I always say it only takes 10 seconds of courage to call it out. That's all it takes.
4?
Well, let's have a look at the stats.
Okay.
Let's have a look at somebody who's done some good, clear research on this.
Yep.
Right. But I'd say first of all, I work for a charity called Mates in Construction that deals with mental health and suicide, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So, you know, if they're they know where to come. If they're suicidal, they know where to come, right? So maybe it's high because of that reason. But I reckon about 1 in 4. There's been plenty of times I've been asked when I've had to ask the question. There's been plenty of times I think my staff has probably dealt with it a lot more than I have.
Yep.
And we always ask that question very early on because we need to know where we're going with it. And when they say no and go, okay, well, let's work on what's going on with you. See, we say in the industry, right, that that they spend more time at work with their workmates than they do with their loved ones, family or friends. So we think that they're best placed to pick up that they're not doing so well. And how you go through it, and we go through it with our training, it's about what you might know about that person. So whether they've had some sort of loss in their life, loss of a loved one, loss of a relationship, loss of a friend, loss of money gambling, loss of dignity, some sort of loss. And then we're looking at the changes. So they change, you know. There might be that all of a sudden they become moody or all of a sudden they become reserved and distant. Distant, like the construction worker who played cards in the crib room, the lunch shed every lunchtime, removed himself, went and had lunch in the car. After the 3rd day, he suicided. Everybody on site said, we didn't know that meant suicide. We just thought he needed some space. Maybe on reflection, we should have tapped on that car window and said, mate, what's going on with you? You okay?
Wow.
You know? So it can be cryptic and hidden, right? So, you know, the changes, like they're coming into work late or they're a bit dishevelled, you know, they're not themselves, they're a bit quieter or you know, or sometimes they're a bit happier. They can even be really, really happy because, you know, why are they happy? Because they've worked out a way to solve all their problems. Maybe all their gambling problems or their financial problems or, you know, whatever, right? So it's about the loss that you might know about, something you might know about them, the changes that you see, and then there is what you might sense or hear. So they might start talking negatively. They might start saying things like, everything I do just turns to crap. Maybe my family's better off without me. I've had a gutful, I want to throw it in. And then I say, what do you do then? 10 seconds of courage to call it out. Call it out and say, look, I know that you've been through a hell of a time. You've lost someone close to you recently. I've seen the changes. I've heard you say negative stuff. I'm calling it out, you know.
Dude,
Are you thinking about suicide? Are you thinking about killing yourself?
this
That's
is
the
like
next one.
blowing my mind.